What's up, guys? Nerdy Lion here, coming at you with a Genre-O-Rama review. The other day I picked up a movie that I'd never seen before. It has been out for quite some time, like 24 years or something like that, 26 years. And it is Stuart Gordon's Reanimator. It's just put out by Scream Factory, which is a like subsidiary or something like that from Shout Factory. They've gotten into the habit of like putting out a lot of different DVDs and Blu-rays and things like that are it's sort of like the criterion for genre and cult films. So it is right up my alley. You know, as most of you may know, maybe you don't know, I don't know. That is like my passion. You know, that's my main hobby is like sort of just under the radar horror films and science fiction and, you know, even a little bit of action and comedy and stuff like that, but mainly horror films. So I got this, and I'd never seen it before, and I'd seen one Stuart Gordon picture before, which was Reanimator, because most people have seen Reanimator. If you haven't, you fucking should, because it's amazing. However, from Beyond, I must say, I think I might like it more than Reanimator. I'm not sure. Like, I watched it, and it it made me aware of my, what's the thing they call it? The pie something or another. Anyways, it's about this dude who makes this device, this thing. Here's my cat. Hi, Penny. It's about this dude that makes a device that, pineal, that's what I think it is. But you have this gland in your brain. Apparently it's like a real thing. I don't know shit about anatomy and what things, but anyways, this gland is like sort of your sixth sense. So once it's activated, you can like see beyond what, you know, what everyone else can see, and it's all crazy and dangerous and whatever. Really fucking cool concept. You know, it's sort of based in part from Lovecraft. Like Stuart Gordon has made a bunch of like Lovecraft-inspired films. You know, he always calls them H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond. Reanimator was the same, and I want to say Dagon is a film he made, which I haven't seen, but I'm going to seek out all of his stuff. Castle Freak comes out soon, like in weeks. And anyways, she's totally left me alone, like all fucking night. But now she decides that, oh, the camera's on, so let's jump up there and be annoying. But the movie's, like I said, directed by Stuart Gordon. It's an Empire film, so it's produced by Charles Band, who was sort of like the king of straight to DVD or straight to video, like in the 80s and well into the 90s. Dude knew what he was doing, and so did Stuart Gordon. And the actors in this film, the two main ones, Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, who this is their second film with Stuart Gordon directing, but not their last. They were sort of like an entourage, like a posse, a group of friends, and you can really tell in the filmmaking that they're very comfortable with each other, especially this film, because there is a lot of craziness that goes on. You know, there are a lot of scream queens out there, but none of them, in my opinion, beat Barbara Crampton. Linnea Quigley does come close, but Barbara Crampton is the queen, scream queen. And she's so fucking good in this movie. She's said, not only on like one of the many special features that this has to, which I'll come to in a minute, but in like interviews I've read with her and stuff, that From Beyond's her favorite film that she's done. And deservedly so. Like, she was amazing in the Reanimator and Chopping Mall and things like that. But this film, she just kicked major ass. She was very she was a strong character, which sounds like cliche, like, oh, that woman's a strong character, but she's kind of the catalyst for this film. In Reanimator, Jeffrey Combs, who played Herbert West, the sort of, you know, the protagonist / antagonist, he's really an anti-hero of Reanimator, and Barbara Crampton played the victim, and she's very much the victim in Reanimator. Even if you haven't seen Reanimator, like, everyone knows that one scene of Reanimator. Like, I knew that scene well before I ever saw it. But in this one, she's the one that's sort of like, she's the driving force of sort of seeing what this pineal gland thing is and what this device is and where Beyond is and what happens in this thing, you know. So it's theoretically, if if she wasn't curious and driving the film, the movie like wouldn't happen as far as like plot wise goes. Like they'd be like, oh, we turned off the machine, we destroyed the machine, or you know whatever, roll credits and that's it. But her character, you know, which I guess is sort of a bad thing for the characters involved with the film. But she's the one that really drives it forward, and she's just fucking awesome. And I love Barbara Crampton. Jeffrey Combs, of course, is great. Where you going, Penny? He plays a great victim, but, you know, also like a strong victim, sort of like Crampton was in Reanimator. But he's so fucking cool in this movie. And on the commentary, or on his interview on the disc, he's like, yeah, that was okay. I thought he was fucking great. Doesn't top Reanimator, but I think it comes really, really close to his performance. For some of you who are not too into like the older stuff, but you're still kind of nerdy, he was the voice of the Question on the Justice League cartoon, which is cool. And if you ever saw that movie, The Frighteners, a very early Peter Jackson film with Michael J. Fox, he played sort of the dumb cop. Who, that was actually the first thing I ever saw him in, to my knowledge, and he was always like my favorite part of that movie. And just go back and see him, you know, in his earlier stuff. It's really, really cool. But the film is great, so please watch it. I don't want to spoil anything. I'll just say a couple things, you know. The special effects, like, if you need proof, you know, or if you need ammo for the CGI versus the practical effects debate, watch From Beyond, because the effects, you know, I didn't even look at who did them. I apologize. I'm sure I won't be able to tell, because there's like special effects by John Buechler, Mark Shostrom, John Nolan, Anthony Doblin. You guys fucking kick ass in this film. These special effects are so good. Even just looking at the back, it's cool. Oh, and another really cool thing about the Shout Factory. So this is, you know, what it looks like, but you may not, you know, recognize that, because if you open it, and as far as I know, like all of the Shout/Scream factories do this, that's what it looks like on the shelves, is like new art, which is fucking cool. But the fact that they have like the original art for it, I think is great. And I like the new art a lot, but you can't beat, you know, that Dr. Pretorius, which I might kind of show some ignorance here. I don't know if that is a character from a Lovecraft story, like if there is a Dr. Pretorius in this, or if that is a throwback to The Bride of Frankenstein, which is behind me. There is a doctor in there named Dr. Pretorius, who is sort of the catalyst for driving the plot towards the bride. It's all unplanned. I'm just that good. So the packaging, you know, is really straightforward. It's just a DVD. You know, it does have... or it's a DVD Blu-ray combo. My DVD's not in here because I wanted to watch a little bit of it before I did this, just to get it fresh in my mind. But that was cool. But yeah, the fact that it's got the reversible art in it is great. And the special features are like packed on this thing. There are commentaries and interviews with the stars, and it's just so worth it. I think it like retails for like $30. You can probably find it somewhere cheaper, you know, whatever. It's really good. Oh yeah, and Ken Foray's in it, who you may know from a little film called Dawn of the Dead. He's in it, and if you think he's attractive, you like that body he's got, you should watch this movie. It's funny, and so I'm sure some people find it attractive, what he dons or doesn't don. Same thing for Barbara Crampton too. But there you go. There's my Genre-O-Rama review of From Beyond. I highly recommend it. I give it like 5 out of 5 pineal glands, or whatever the fuck they're called. Again, I've only watched it in its entirety once, so I'm probably getting little details here and there mixed up. But there you go. From Beyond, highly recommended. And if all of Scream Factory's stuff is like this, I will be buying like all of it. Even like movies that I'm not too familiar with. Like I've never seen Phantasm 2, they just came out. I'll probably get it. I've already pre-ordered The Howling. It's really, really good stuff. If you like horror movies, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Reanimator was funny in a very dark way. There's not too much comedy in here. However, this film needs to have a bigger audience. It needs to have more recognition. It's fucking amazing. The direction's great. The acting's great. The soundtrack is pretty cool. The special effects will knock your pants off. So definitely try it out. Definitely, you can't go wrong with it. Just fucking buy it. You can blind buy it. It's that good. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Go watch some shitty, scary movies. Thanks.